The note was small, so light it should have meant nothing. But the moment it touched his palm, everything inside Aurelian Cross shattered, because written in hurried ink were 7 words that didn't belong in a place like this. Your girlfriend sold you out. They're in position. Across the table, the woman he loved smiled at her phone, completely relaxed. Sunlight spilled through towering windows, turning crystal glasses into prisms of gold. This was a restaurant where danger did not exist, or so he believed. Aurelian had survived boardroom wars, hostile takeovers, and enemies who would gladly see him ruined. But he had never prepared for this. Not betrayal served with linen napkins. Not death planned in broad daylight. Not the quiet courage of a stranger who chose to speak when silence was safer. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're new here, click on the subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Who was the woman sitting across from him, really? Why would someone choose a public place for something so final? And why did a waitress, a woman with nothing to gain, risk everything to warn him? What happened next was not an accident. It was a chain of choices, small human choices that exposed a truth far bigger than money or power. And by the end of this story, one question will linger. When the moment comes, would you speak up? Aurelian Cross wasn't born into wealth. He grew up in a small apartment in Newark, New Jersey, where the walls were thin enough to hear arguments 3 doors down, and the refrigerator hummed louder than it cooled. His mother worked 2 jobs, cleaning office buildings at night and serving breakfast at a diner during the day. His father left when Aurelian was 7, leaving behind nothing but unpaid bills and a half-empty closet. Aurelian learned early that hunger teaches discipline faster than comfort ever could. He learned that trust was a luxury they couldn't afford. So he worked. He studied under dim lamps while his mother slept on the couch, too tired to make it to her bedroom. He graduated top of his class, earned a scholarship, and clawed his way through business school with a focus that bordered on obsession. By the time he was 30, he had launched his first tech startup. By 40, he had sold it for enough money to never worry again. By 50, his name moved markets. Executives stiffened when he entered a room. Journalists called him a visionary. But behind closed doors, there was a quiet exhaustion he never spoke about. The kind that comes from building walls so high you forget what it's like to let someone in. Then came Selene. They met at a charity gala in Manhattan. One of those events where people donated money to feel less guilty about having so much of it. Aurelian had been standing near the bar, nursing a glass of whiskey he didn't really want, when she approached him. She didn't introduce herself with a business card or a rehearsed pitch. She simply asked if he believed in second chances. The question caught him off guard. Most people wanted something from him, an investment, a partnership, a photograph. But Selene seemed genuinely curious. She had